My name is Amelia. I'm 22 years old. I live in a small town in Oregon with my mother and my older sister, Claire. We are a small family, but we've always been close. My father passed away when I was just 10. After that, Claire became more than just my sister. She became my second mother, my protector, my best friend. She brushed my hair when I cried. She cooked when Mom worked late. She saved every dollar she had just to buy me a book I loved. She gave me everything. And in my heart, I loved her more than anyone else in the world. To me, she was strength. She was kindness. She was home. Claire is a university professor. She teaches history. She walks with confidence and speaks with this calm, clear voice that makes everyone listen. I used to sit in on her classes sometimes, just to watch her teach. She married a man named Derek 5 years ago. He teaches at the same university, English literature. People loved them together. They were the kind of couple everyone admired. Smart, polite, respected. They held hands in the hallway. They shared quiet jokes. They walked side by side like nothing could touch them. Derek always looked calm. He wore clean suits and an old brown leather watch. He never raised his voice. He always smiled, but sometimes a smile can hide more than we realize. I study creative writing at the same university. I love words. I love stories. They help me feel safe. They help me understand people. But no story in my life ever prepared me for this one. It started slowly. Sometimes Derek would be walking down the corridor, and he'd stop just a second too long to talk to me. At first, I thought it was kindness. He'd say things like, "That color looks good on you, Amelia." Or, "You're growing into a very elegant young woman." Nothing too strange, just slightly off. I ignored the way his eyes lingered, the way his voice softened. I told myself, "You're overthinking. He's your sister's husband. He's just being polite." But deep down, I didn't feel safe. Then one afternoon, as I sat alone in my dorm room, my phone buzzed. A message from Derek. It said, "You looked beautiful today. I can't stop thinking about you." I froze. My heart beat louder than the silence in the room. I stared at the screen, wondering if it was a mistake. But another message came. "I know you feel it too, Amelia. Let's meet, just us." I dropped the phone. For a few seconds, I forgot how to breathe. I didn't reply, but he didn't stop. He began waiting for me after class. He brought flowers to my room when no one was home. He'd whisper things as he passed me on campus. "You're so young, so lovely. I can't resist you." I felt sick. He followed me. He cornered me. He said things I never wanted to hear. And through it all, I stayed silent, because how could I tell my sister, the woman who raised me, who gave up her dreams so I could have mine, who loved him, believed in him, trusted him? How could I tell her that her perfect husband was hurting me? One evening, she sat next to me on the couch. She was smiling. Her eyes sparkled as she leaned close and whispered, "Derek and I are trying for a baby. I think I'm finally ready to be a mom." I felt something break inside me. I smiled back, but my heart shattered because he was following me. He was saying he wanted me, and she was dreaming of building a family with him. I wanted to scream. I wanted to protect her, but I also didn't want to be the one to destroy her world. So I stayed silent. I held the pain like a secret fire in my chest. But silence, it always finds a way to end. It was a cold Thursday evening. My mom had gone to the market. I was home alone, reading a novel in the living room. There was a knock at the door. I opened it, thinking it might be Mom. It was Derek. I froze. He stepped inside without asking. His eyes moved slowly across the room, then settled on me. "I had to see you," he said. His voice was soft, but not kind. "I think about you every day. I dream about you." I stepped back. He reached for my hand. "I want you, Amelia. I don't care about Claire. I want you." My voice came out louder than I expected. "Get out now." He moved closer. "You don't understand. I love you." "Get out," I screamed. I pointed to my phone. "I will call the police." His face changed. The calm mask cracked. He stepped back, finally. And then he left. I locked the door behind him. I collapsed onto the floor, and I cried. That night, I didn't sleep because something in me had changed. The fear was still there, but now there was something stronger. A voice inside me whispered, "This has to stop." The next morning, I sat in my room, wrapped in a blanket, watching the sky turn gray. The house was quiet, but inside me there was a storm. I knew I had to tell her. I couldn't carry this anymore. I needed her to know the truth. So I went to Claire's house. I sat on her couch, my hands shaking, my voice soft but certain. "Claire," I said, "I need to tell you something." She smiled, poured me tea. Then she said, "Derek and I just got good news. The IVF worked. We're hopeful. I might be pregnant." I stared at her. Hope, joy, light, all over her face. My throat closed. How could I take that from her? How could I destroy this moment? I swallowed my fear, and I spoke. I didn't want to say anything, but Derek, he's been messaging me, saying things, following me. Last night, he came to the house. He tried to touch me. She froze. Her smile disappeared. Her eyes narrowed. Then her face changed, and something I never expected happened. She stood up and slapped me, hard. My skin burned, but my heart burned more. "How dare you," she said. "You're jealous. You've always wanted what I had, and now you want my husband." "No," I cried. "Claire, no, please listen." I said nothing for weeks. I stayed quiet, but I can't anymore. "He's not who you think." "You're not my sister," she said coldly. "You're a liar." Then she opened the door. "Leave. Don't come back." I stood there, frozen in the doorway. Tears streamed down my face. I whispered, "Claire," but she was already gone. When I got home, my phone rang. It was Mom. She sounded angry. "What did you do?" she asked. "Claire is crying. Derek told us everything. He said you've been trying to break their marriage. He said you've been sending him messages." My breath stopped. "He's lying," I whispered. Mom, I have proof. I never. But she hung up. And just like that, I was alone. Completely. The next few days felt like a blur. I didn't eat. I didn't speak. I didn't go to class. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying it all. The messages, the knock at the door, the slap. I looked in the mirror, and for a moment, I asked myself the question every victim fears. Did I do something wrong? But then I looked deeper, and I remembered the fear in my chest when he sent that first message. I remembered the shame when I stayed silent. I remembered the pain when no one believed me, and I knew I told the truth. That night, I got up. I turned on my laptop. I opened every message Derek had sent me. I printed them all. His words, "You are beautiful. I want you. Let's meet tonight. I don't care about Claire." I printed screenshots of the flowers, the times he waited outside my class. I placed them in a folder, and I told myself, "You will not stay silent." The next morning, I walked to the university's ethics office. My hands trembled, but my steps were steady. "I need to speak to someone," I said. "I have proof. Derek, one of your professors, has been harassing me, and everyone thinks I'm the one lying." They looked at me. Then they took the folder. They read in silence, page by page, line by line. No one said a word for a while. Then a woman at the desk said, "This is serious. We will investigate immediately." 2 days later, I got a call. "We believe you," they said. "Thank you for coming forward. You were brave." I sat down on my bed, and for the first time in weeks, I breathed. Really breathed. That afternoon, the university contacted Claire. They showed her the evidence. They didn't tell me what happened at first, but that evening, I heard a knock at my door. It was Claire. She stood there, pale, tired, her eyes red. She was holding my old stuffed bear. She didn't speak right away. Then she said, in a voice that broke me, "I found Derek's old phone. I saw the messages." She looked down. Then she looked at me and cried, "I'm sorry, Amelia. I didn't believe you. I slapped you. I hurt you. I didn't protect you. I believed the wrong person. I was blind." She collapsed onto the floor, holding the bear like it was the only thing keeping her from falling apart. I sat beside her. I cried too. "I love you, Claire. I always have. Even when you didn't believe me." She hugged me tightly. "I love you too. You're not just my sister. You're like my daughter. I was wrong. I see that now." And in that moment, forgiveness found a place between us. Claire filed for divorce. She stood before the judge and said, "This man hurt my sister. He betrayed my trust. I don't want his name in my life anymore." Derek stood in silence. His mask had finally cracked. There was nothing left to say. And Claire, she walked out of that courtroom with her head high. She didn't look back. Healing doesn't come all at once. It doesn't knock on your door and announce that it's here. It comes in quiet ways, in the sound of your own voice saying, "I did the right thing," in the warmth of a hug you never thought you'd feel again, in the softness of a morning where you no longer feel afraid. After the divorce, Claire didn't say much for a while. She sat by the window most days, holding her tea, lost in thought. Sometimes she read, sometimes she just stared at the trees outside. And I didn't try to fill the silence. I just sat beside her, close, quiet, steady. That was enough. Slowly, her smile started to return, not all at once, just little moments, a small laugh during breakfast, a gentle sigh while watching the rain, a quiet thank you when I brought her coffee. I watched her rebuild herself from the inside out. She didn't need fixing. She needed time and love and space to forgive herself. Then, one afternoon, something changed. Claire met someone. His name was Elliot. He was a school teacher, not loud, not flashy, just kind. The kind of man who listened without interrupting, who brought her small gifts, nothing expensive, just thoughtful. He asked her how her day was, and when she spoke, he truly heard her. He didn't rush her. He didn't push her. He simply stayed. And slowly, her heart opened again. They started walking together in the evenings, cooking together on weekends, laughing again. I saw the way she looked at him, not with fear, not with doubt, but with something deeper, safety. And when he asked to marry her, months later, she said yes, not because she needed someone to fix her, but because this time she had healed enough to choose love, not cling to it. The wedding was simple, just family, a few close friends, flowers in soft colors. Claire looked radiant, not because of her dress, but because of her peace. Her joy was quiet, grounded, real. Elliot stood beside her with steady hands and soft eyes. And when he made his vows, he said, "I will never take your voice for granted. You are strong. You are light. And I promise to walk beside you, not in front of you, not behind you, but always with you." I cried. We all did. But this time, the tears were not from pain. They were from release. Now, our home feels different. We laugh in the kitchen again. We cook. We play old music. We dance barefoot across the tiles. Mom joins us sometimes. She cried when she apologized to me, and I forgave her, because hurt people can make mistakes. But families, they grow when we choose love over pride. Sometimes, Claire and I sit outside under the stars. We don't always talk. We don't need to. The silence between us isn't heavy anymore. It's full of trust, full of understanding, full of everything that couldn't be broken. People ask me now, "Do you hate him?" Derek, the man who hurt me, the man who almost tore us apart. And my answer is simple. No, because hate would mean I'm still holding it. And I'm not. I don't think about him anymore. Not because I've forgotten, but because I've outgrown the pain he gave me. What matters now is this. I told the truth, even when no one believed me. Even when it broke my heart. Even when I was left standing alone. I told the truth, and the truth set me free. So if you're listening to this, and you feel like no one believes you, if your heart is heavy with fear, if your voice is shaking from carrying too much, please know you are not alone. You are not weak. You are not invisible. Your story matters. Your voice matters. Even if no one listens at first, keep speaking. Even if they doubt you, keep holding on. Even if it feels like your world is falling apart, trust that one day truth will rise. And when it does, you will rise with it. Today, Claire sleeps well. She walks with confidence. She smiles like someone who knows her worth. And me, I'm writing again, telling stories, reading poems, breathing fully, because peace has returned, not because life is perfect, but because we chose each other again. We chose truth. We chose healing. We chose love. We are a small family, but we are strong. We are brave. And we are whole. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs courage. And remember, you are not what happened to you. You are more.